What's going on, everyone? Man, we got some bad news here, but we knew this was kind of going to happen. And this gives us a peek into PlayStation 5 as well, as we know both of them are going to suffer and be hit with this RAM issue. The report is up already. According to WCCF's text report, Nintendo now has to spend 41% more on the 12GB RAM chips it uses to make the Switch 2 consoles. And with the price increase, oh boy, we knew this was going to happen, right, guys? Just like we knew those deals coming, just like those Sony deals, it's because they're going to have to jack up the price. Yeah, and the competition was kind of there for Nintendo, but we kind of have our answer here, don't we? Yeah, I mean, this sucks, man. There's a lot to talk about here. So here's the thing, like, and this guy down here is saying that's why they already overcharged for it. It has more margin to keep the price low. It made no sense. Price increase for Switch 1, but now none for Switch 2. I don't know about that, man. So here's my thing. Are we going to get more $80 games, or are they going to jack the price up of the hardware by $50 or whatever? I think it's going to go to $500, to be honest with you. And I'm not very happy about this, but I think they're going to have to do a lot more bundles because of this. And yeah, maybe we may see something else too, so they don't have to jack it up even further. 41%. I mean, that's a lot. We're going to go to this article and we're going to read it. This just really makes me mad because I do not like natural interference with organic algorithms. To see who could sell the way they would sell, like the way that console generations used to work, right? Everything is just nuts this generation, and it is just terrible. So I wonder if the PS5 Pro is going to go to $800 now, and the base PlayStation and the 825 are going to go up $50 as well. Yeah, guys, I think that's going to happen, and this sucks, man. So let's talk about this. All right, we'll get to some of these comments in a second, but going over here, it says Nintendo loses $14 billion in value as memory shortage fear continues to rise. Do you understand that they're going to try to find a way to make up for that, right? They said they did not want to increase the price initially, right? And I understand why they wouldn't, obviously, because they're trying to build a base. But with this coming in the way, it's literally interfering with everything. It's really ticking me off, man. I really don't like this. But what are we going to do about it? Now this console is going to be going up to $500. Good Lord. I thought the sweet spot would have been $399 when it first launched. If they said if it wasn't for, certain situations like tariffs or whatever. But we all know that, we know how that works. And I was hoping that the PlayStation 5 would have been $399 right now, and the Pro would have went down to $650 from the original $700, right? And the series prices would have been a match with the PlayStation prices. I think this is what we all wanted, right? But of course, we're not getting that. We're getting the most insane backwards crap of all time. This is just terrible, man. So they're losing $14 billion in value. I wonder how much Sony's going to lose. They said they were good till mid-2026, but they're thinking beyond that because you have to get prepared for the GTA 6. That's going to be coming after that. Everybody knows GTA 6 is coming in the fall, right? Oh, guys, I mean, oh my God. We have our answers here. Nintendo Switch 2 and PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro are going to be going up. So right when we thought that the Switch OLED would have been plausible at $500 and a Switch Lite probably at $350 or whatever, or $400, I don't know, that would have been nice, but it doesn't look like that's going to be possible. So across the board, the tech industry is currently still rattled by issues surrounding memory chip shortages. Companies like Samsung are making major shifts in their production lines. And I don't know if you guys know, they just said they're not going to even be supplying their own people. Man, that's crazy. And other companies like Framework have opted to directly tell consumers that prices will rise due to shortages. Man, now a new report from Bloomberg points to Nintendo losing $14 billion in share value as fears around memory shortages continue to rise. Nintendo shares have declined on almost every trading day in December so far, dropping to their lowest since May 2025. This is crazy, and they're having all the records. See the way this industry works? This is why I hate greed. According to the report via TrendForce, Nintendo now has to spend 41% more on the 12GB chips it uses to make Switch 2 consoles. NAND storage prices also rose by 8%. And with the drop in share value, the question quickly turns to when, not if, Nintendo will raise prices of the Switch 2. So if NAND prices are going up, remember the PlayStation 5 uses SSD as well. Though Sony may have their own stuff, Microsoft uses SSD. They're going to adjust to that, and they're going to adjust to the RAM. So they're going to get hit in a sense too. We all know PC got hit the worst though. But I mean, you know, man, I'm not happy about this. We're all getting screwed over. And of course, well, I have my console, but even then though, what if I went to OLED? Now it's going to be more expensive. And of course, it's not just the rising price of consoles that's a concern. Pelham Smithers of Pelham Smithers Accessories told Bloomberg that Nintendo has already passed on the rising cost of memory chips to consumers through the cost of express micro SD cards. The rise of NAND prices is starting to really impact express SD card prices. Well, they're being affected in that sense too then. A 256 Express SD card costs $90 on Amazon. This is effectively a cost that Nintendo has passed on to the gamers, said Smithers. I have myself a 256, so I'm okay. I'll be able to have my 512. I recommend that Walmart brand on or whatever. Hey, I'm just saying it works. Of course, you don't need to buy an Express micro SD card for your Switch 2. I mean, depending on how much you want to game. You can try to make do with the console's built-in storage, but with an increase in number of developers turning to game keycard versions of their games for Switch 2 and the current landscape of digital games increasing in the amount of storage they consume, even the Switch 2's increased amount of internal storage compared to the original Switch doesn't go as far as it could for most players. No, not really. That's 100% fact. So now we see Nintendo being affected like Sony would with the SSD prices and the memory prices, because that's just how it's working. And yeah, we can pretty much clarify both of them are going to jack up something. Video games, accessories more, hardware, something is going up. And maybe they may want to wait. But, oh man, seeing how much they lost in value, I don't know, man. When is this going to kick in? It's also worth noting that micro SD cards are simply getting more difficult to find as these shortages continue. So while Smithers isn't wrong in pointing to the increase in their price as a total increase to the cost of buying a Switch 2, it may not factor in for some buyers simply because they can't find a micro SD express card to overpay on. Yeah. Smithers also claims that the recent Black Friday sales for Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundles were one of the seasonal sales surprisingly claiming you wouldn't expect it. Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundle to be discounted this close to the holiday season. So the Switch 2 is one of the best-selling consoles since Black Friday, even though at least in Europe, PlayStation 5 still claimed the top spot, but that concern is it can keep up with its popularity. Black Friday discount or not, with its current stock and how much more expensive every single Switch 2 unit is to manufacture now. Yeah, I mean, this sucks. So we can pretty much clarify that something is going up in that world with PlayStation. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think about this. I really do not like this news, but I kind of had a fear that it was coming, and I think everybody did as well. You know, and Xbox going to go up again too for the third time. This is why I picked one up. It's going to go up in price. I'm telling you guys right now, it's the time to do it. That's why that bundle, man, that you should have gotten that. Then I can trade it towards the inevitable OLED model. Well, I think the trade-in value will go up. So if we want to do that, sure. Glad I got the 3 I needed now. So basically, the console could cost $20 more if they decide to do that. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not $50 more. But do that, and then maybe, I don't know, man, maybe more $80 games, guys. But it's going to be one of the two. Well, that's not good. One more reason to hate the topic of AI. Yeah, it's literally just making everything more expensive because they're chasing this AI bubble. And they're mass dumping into that, and they're just mass feeding RAM, going to be mass stocking DDR6. Imagine what that's going to be. You know what I mean? GPU aspects are affected. NAND SSDs, HDDs are affected. Now micro SDs are getting affected. The whole entire thing. PC prices are now insane. Stuff on Newegg is insane. I've seen it. I've seen crucial memory prices. I mean, I've looked around and I'm like, oh my God, I was thinking about adding another 32 to my laptop. And I was like, what? It was just like 115 not too long ago. Now it's up to like 300 or like 280. And it's like, what? Are you kidding me? No, man. This is bad. So what do you guys think the price is going to be? Do you think they're going to jack up the price of the console? Do you think they're going to make $80 games and make accessories more expensive? Because $14 billion in value is significant, which adds up to that 41% more cost reduction. Because they know that they're going to be shipping a lot more. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think later. This sucks. I am not happy about this.